Good morning, YouTube. We got another fun video. If you clicked on the video, you already know what's going down. Snoopy is finally getting a big 4-inch straight pipe turbo back exhaust. I picked up a little kit from Summit Racing. They were having a Black Friday sale, got a little bit of money off. And I got this exhaust tip off Amazon for like Cyber Monday. So I'm super excited. Ever since I bought a diesel truck, I knew one day I would want to do the straight pipe big exhaust. So I'm super excited, and we'll go ahead and take a look at kind of the old exhaust and then like jump into the video. Okay guys, so as you can see, it's got this little bitty exhaust. I don't even know what the diameter is on this, maybe like 2.5 inches. I don't know, I haven't measured it, but we'll be jumping up to a 4-inch exhaust, which let me get one of the pieces of pipe to kind of show you the difference if I can. So yeah, we'll be going to this big boy here. So that big 4-inch turbo exhaust compared to that little one, it's gonna be super awesome, probably make the truck sound great. And my favorite part about having the old diesel is it literally only has, I think, like it has no cats and stuff, no def or anything from the factory, because it is an old truck. So you can pretty much do whatever you want to the exhaust within reason, and you'll be all right. You know, it's not like I'm going to get slapped on the wrist at inspection because I bypassed def like a newer truck. But yeah, super excited to get this exhaust on. And we even got old Snoops washed up last night. Get them cleaned up for the video. And the bumpers being gone and the tailgate being gone, don't mind that. That's for another video that I'm still working on. I still have the bumpers, tailgate, everything. Just needs to get back on the truck. And this kit I bought, it is for, I think, the 94 and up, which the only difference from what I could tell looking online is the back exhaust hanger here kind of by the axle, or where it comes out here by the bedside. That hanger will be different on the 94 trucks and up, which I couldn't find a kit for the 93, 92s. But that's going to be a little different, or maybe it's the 93 and up that's different. So I got a little wire welder. I also got a little stick welder. We will make something work. Not going to be that hard of fabrication. I've welded on exhausts a little bit before. I'm not a welder, but I have one. And I know how to use YouTube, so I should be able to figure it out. So without further ado, we'll kind of walk you through what needs to be done to install an exhaust. Okay, I'll walk you through what I've done so far. All I did was remove the air box. There'll be one bolt that you can get through from under the fender well, right there. And then I would take that bolt off too, because this bolt will be in that air box too, but mine just kind of popped off, so I only had to take the one off. But you can take that bolt off there, get this bracket off, and then take that bolt off. This bolt does not go through the fender, so you could just leave the air box attached to the bracket if you took it out by that bolt and that bolt. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is your downpipe. I haven't done that yet, but I will. That's what I'm going to do next. The little, I don't even know what that's called, the flange bolt or something. That little clamp holds your downpipe on. So you're going to want to get that guy all loose, kind of taken off. And then what you're going to do is go down up under here, take these bad boys off, and then you could probably, I think I'll be able to get the downpipe out after I do that. And then for this section of exhaust, once you have those two bolts off, take off this clamp here. You can slide that piece of pipe forward. And then I'll be able to have just kind of a downpipe in, and I guess I could try and put the second section of pipe in. But yeah, we'll do that and then catch back up with y'all. Okay guys, quick update. I was able to get the downpipe off, and I will show you that compared to the new one. What I did is I took the turbo heat shield off, just so I could get to that downpipe clamp a little bit better. I was able to get that off, kind of pop the clamp off. It was like rusted to the downpipe. Pop it off with a screwdriver. And I undid those two bolts that kind of connected to the bottom of the downpipe that I showed you earlier. And the pipe, it was hitting this pipe that used to be right here. So what I did was, I tried getting it off by loosening up this clamp, but it was like, it's like rusted together. So I just took the Sawzall, cut a little bit there, and was able to get that piece of pipe out of the way. And then I was able to just kind of slide the downpipe on through there. Now let me show you the new downpipe compared to the old downpipe. Look at that. This one's kind of got all these weird angles bent up from the factory. Now look at this. Nice, good piece of pipe. So, exhaust is going to be flowing way better out of the truck after this. Super hyped. Okay, I test fitted the factory downpipe on my pickup, and it hit the frame in one spot, and it was really close to one of the glow plug wires. So I'll show you what I did for the glow plug wire first. I got one of those fiberglass sleeves people use on like their spark plugs and stuff, and just unplugged the wire and ran it through it after I cut the sleeve to size, just to keep from melting that thing in case it does, you know, the downpipe gets really hot. And to keep this off the frame, I was kind of worried if it did hit the frame, it'd be kind of annoying and rattle a lot. So I put a few bends in it, as you can see. I just used a steel plate and a vise for the majority of the bending. And then I kind of went back and massaged it a little bit more with a ball peen hammer. Even with the amount of bends I put in this right there, it's still going to be way less restrictive than the factory exhaust. As you can see, they got a lot of sharp bends in this factory downpipe going on there. So it's going to be way better. Have the truck breathing a lot better. And as another precaution to excess heat, I'm going to do a little thermal wrap on it to keep it the downpipe insulated and hopefully not melt anything in the engine bay. It's just the design engineering. I just picked it up at O'Reilly's and even got a cool little sticker with it. So I'm going to soak that in water and then wrap it. That should help to kind of control the little fiberglass fibers on it from getting all over the place and getting airborne and stuff. And when it dries, it should shrink on that silver pipe a little bit. To wrap it, I went ahead and put on some long sleeves. I'm going to use some rubber dish gloves. Because if you haven't worked with fiberglass, you do not want it on you. It'll make you itchy. Not fun. So without further ado, that's where I am on the project. And I will go ahead and wrap that and show you how I did it. Okay, went ahead and put that coating on it. I don't remember where I set the can. I think I set it down somewhere over here. Nope. But I went ahead and wrapped it like I was telling you guys about in the video. And then I put this, it was the same brand, it's like that Design Engineering. Put like this rubberized coating on there that should kind of keep moisture from getting trapped in between the wrap and the pipe. And, you know, kind of prolonging the life of the exhaust and keeping it from getting corroded. And I'll tell you how I kind of went about wrapping it. I made a mistake the first time, so I had to redo it. So I'll show you guys the right way to do it. What you're going to do is you want to get someone to hold this for you, the pipe where you're not wrapping it, or put it in a vise like I did. After you wet this down, soak it in water, you want to wrap in the direction that if water were to get on it, it would not get caught. So for instance, it's going to sit like this in the truck, right? So anything that gets wet on it or any wind under the truck is just going to kind of go along the top of it instead of going up that way and getting up under the wraps. So you want to kind of wrap it in the right direction to make sure any like water or anything that gets on it, like it's going to flow down and not get caught up under it. So I did that. Or well, first thing I did was I wrapped my first little section here. I put a plastic zip tie on it, and then made really tight wraps overlapping each time, as you can see, until I got here, cut it, put another plastic zip tie, and then I went ahead and added some of these metal zip ties. Obviously, you can't leave the plastic ones off. You have to cut those off after you put the metal ones, because plastic would just melt when you put it on the truck. And then after doing all that, I let it dry overnight, and the next day I put the rubberized kind of coating on it. So with all that being done, that's ready to go on the truck, and I can put the rest of the stuff on the truck. Now the kit I bought is for a 93 6.5 turbo diesel, whereas this is a 92. The only real difference from what I can see is on the 93, they have different style hangers, so it will bolt directly up. On the 92, or maybe it's 94 now. On the 92 and maybe the 93, it's going to have these style of hangers that kind of slide in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the new factory, or the new hangers they gave me with the kit, and I'm going to like tack weld them to here so I can reuse these factory hangers and kind of have the factory hanger fit on the truck while utilizing the new hangers. So just a little bit of fabricating, nothing too crazy. So I'll go ahead and put the downpipe back on the truck, and then mock up the rest of the exhaust and kind of show you what I did for tack welding these factory brackets to my new brackets that came with the kit. The welding of the brackets wasn't too bad. What I ended up doing was I just kind of took this factory bracket and tacked it to this one. As you can see, I'm obviously no welder, but for ranch trucking it'll do. So I made this hanger back here. Just put a little bit of a few welds on that, and then one last hanger back here. This was actually an extra bracket that I didn't need because I got the single cab instead of like the crew cab long box, so I cut that up and made it onto this last one, and it sits pretty good. Went ahead and put the tip on it, and now without further review, we'll go ahead and kind of show you the before and after and the big reveal for how the exhaust turned out on this truck. Also, one last thing, I didn't know if I said it earlier, but I kind of had to bend it right there a little bit with the ball peen hammer, kind of like the downpipe, to clear this cross member here. So, should you put a 4-inch turbo back straight pipe exhaust on your 6.5? Absolutely. The only thing I don't regret is not doing it sooner. We had to do a little bit of custom fabbing, a little bit of custom hangers, a little banging on the pipe with a ball peen hammer, but we got the fit, and it sounds great. Like, this truck actually, I mean, it always sounded like a diesel, but now it actually sounds like a proper diesel that you would hear driving down the road and stuff. Beforehand, dash mat's falling off. Beforehand, it was just super, the turbo was super quiet. You never really heard any turbo whistle, but now you hear it all the time, and it's just great. I love it. I only wish I would have done the exhaust sooner. Was it worth the, I think it was like $350 I paid for the exhaust, something like that? Yes, absolutely. You could try and maybe have someone make you one, maybe a little bit cheaper, but for me, the kit worked fine. All the little custom stuff I did wasn't that bad. So yeah, if you're thinking about straight piping your 6.5, you should totally do it. Sounds awesome. And I will catch you guys in the next video.